Have you ever wondered if a simple nickel in your pocket could be worth a fortune? In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on the 1978 Jefferson nickel. Could one of these coins really be worth a jaw-dropping $1 million? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1938, named after the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Designed by Felix Schlag, its classic design features Jefferson's portrait on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the back. But not all nickels are created equal. Some coins have unique characteristics that make them highly sought after by collectors. When we talk about the 1978 D nickel, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where the coin was produced. Over 390 million Jefferson nickels were struck at the Denver Mint in 1978, so it's safe to say they aren't inherently rare. However, certain coins from this batch have captured the attention of collectors. What makes these nickels special are the errors and variations that occurred during their production. Errors can happen in many ways during the minting process. A misaligned die, an off-center strike, or a double die error could result in a coin that's one of a kind. In some cases, these errors are so subtle that they go unnoticed for years until a keen-eyed collector or expert discovers them. Coins with dramatic errors can fetch astronomical prices at auction because they are considered unique pieces of history. Let's talk about what to look for. One key factor is the condition of the coin, graded on a scale from poor to mint state. Coins in uncirculated condition or with high mint state grades are worth significantly more. For the 1978 D Jefferson nickel, collectors often search for coins with pristine surfaces and full steps on the Monticello design, a feature that indicates a sharp, detailed strike. Another important factor is rarity. While the 1978 D nickel isn't inherently rare, specific error coins can be. Some reports suggest that a few of these nickels were struck on the wrong planchet, a blank intended for a different coin, such as a penny or dime. These wrong planchet errors are extremely valuable because they represent a minting mistake that should never have left the facility. So, where does the $1 million figure come from? While no 1978 D Jefferson nickel has sold for this amount yet, the coin market is unpredictable. Rare error coins or coins in perfect condition have fetched record-breaking prices in the past. For example, a 1913 Liberty Head nickel sold for over $4 million, proving that even small coins can command big prices. If you think you might have a valuable 1978 D nickel, here's what you should do. First, inspect the coin closely for any signs of errors or unique features. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, misalignments, or unusual markings. Next, consider the coin's condition. If it looks uncirculated or has minimal wear, it could be worth grading. Finally, consult an expert or send the coin to a professional grading service for evaluation. In the world of coin collecting, patience and knowledge are key. While not every 1978 D Jefferson nickel will be worth a fortune, the possibility of discovering a rare and valuable coin keeps collectors and enthusiasts searching. Imagine the thrill of turning a 5-cent piece into $1 million treasure. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories. We've got a rare and exciting story for you. We're going to talk about a 1996 mint-marked Jefferson nickel that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.1 million. If you're a collector, you won't want to miss this. So, let's dive in and explore how this coin became a fortune. Now, the 1996 Jefferson nickel is not just any ordinary coin. For most collectors and coin hunters, finding a regular 1996 nickel from the Philadelphia Mint is nothing special. It's a common coin. However, there's an incredibly rare version of this coin that has been causing a stir in the numismatic world, and it's known for its distinct minting error. You might be wondering, what makes this 1996 Jefferson nickel so valuable? The key to this coin's worth lies in a small detail, the mint mark. On the reverse side of the coin, you should normally see the letter P, indicating that it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the catch. This particular nickel has a mint mark error that makes it incredibly rare and highly sought after. Some 1996p nickels were accidentally struck with the D mint mark, which is usually reserved for coins minted in Denver. This is an example of what's called a mintmark overstrike error. In essence, a D mint mark was stamped over the original P mint mark, creating a unique and rare version of the coin. It's this error that has collectors scrambling to find one. But why is this error so valuable? Well, as with most rare coins, rarity equals value. Mintmark errors are incredibly difficult to find, especially when they're as noticeable as this one. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these kinds of coins, and in some cases, the price tag can be astronomical. Take, for instance, the 1996p Jefferson nickel with the D mintmark error that sold for a record-breaking $1.1 million. This sale happened in a highly publicized auction, and it made headlines across the world. The coin was in excellent condition, and its error made it even more desirable to serious collectors. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare 1996p Jefferson nickels? The key is to carefully examine the mintmark. The error isn't always easy to spot unless you're looking closely. If you find a P mintmark with a D stamped on top, congratulations, you may have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. Another thing to keep in mind is the coin's condition. Like all coins, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. Coins with no wear and tear, sharp details, and little to no tarnishing are the ones that fetch the highest prices. If you're lucky enough to find a 1996p nickel with this error in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, let's talk about how much these coins can actually sell for. Most 1996p Jefferson nickels without errors are worth just a few cents, since they're still common coins. However, once you introduce that mintmark error, prices skyrocket. Depending on the condition and demand at the time, these rare 1996p nickels with the overstruck mintmark can be valued anywhere from thousands to well over $1 million. The $1.1 million sale of one such coin didn't just happen by chance. It was a culmination of timing, demand, and the coin's rarity. In the world of rare coins, errors like this don't come around often, so when they do, collectors are eager to get their hands on them. So, what should you do if you find a 1996p Jefferson nickel in your collection or in your spare change? First, examine the mintmark closely. If you see that D over the P, you might want to have it professionally appraised by a certified numismatist. They can help determine its authenticity and value. Keep in mind that there are a lot of counterfeits out there, and the last thing you want is to get scammed. Make sure you're working with reputable experts when you're looking to sell, or even just to verify your coin's authenticity. While it's incredibly rare to find a coin worth millions, it's important to remember that coin collecting is about passion. If you love coins, you'll always be on the lookout for those unique pieces that could one day surprise you with their value. Who knows, you might just be holding the next $1.1 million nickel in your hands. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable finds in numismatics, the world of rare coins. Have you ever heard of a 1987p mintmark Jefferson nickel worth over $1 million? No, this isn't a mistake. It's true, and it's a story that might surprise you. It all starts with a seemingly ordinary coin, a 1987 Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia. At first glance, you might think it's just another everyday piece of change. But what if I told you this coin holds the potential to be worth as much as $1.2 million? The 1987p mintmark Jefferson nickel isn't known for its design alone, which features the classic image of President Thomas Jefferson. No, this particular coin is prized for a rare and specific error that happened during its production, a unique mistake at the Philadelphia Mint that makes it incredibly valuable. But before we talk about the error, let's rewind for a moment. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, has undergone several changes in its design over the years. By 1987, the coin was still being produced with the familiar portrait of Jefferson and Monticello on the reverse side. Now, most of the coins minted that year are worth only face value, 5 cents. But on a rare occasion, a production error occurred, a mistake so subtle that only the sharpest eyes could catch it. The error involved the mint mark P, standing for the Philadelphia Mint, being struck in an unusual location. Normally, the mint mark on the coin should be positioned on the reverse, below the building of Monticello. But for this rare error, the mint mark was misaligned, creating a distinctive variety. And it wasn't just a small shift. The mint mark appeared in the wrong spot, or sometimes even in a completely different location on the coin. This particular error was extremely rare, and when it was first discovered, many collectors didn't realize just how significant it was. The misalignment of the mint mark made these coins instantly desirable to numismatists, and their value began to skyrocket. As news spread about these rare 1987 P mint mark Jefferson Nickels, collectors began hunting for them in their coin jars, at coin shops, and online. But here's where it gets really exciting. Only a handful of these error coins have ever been found. So when one of these rare coins hits the market, it can fetch prices upwards of $1 million. In fact, one of these rare 1987 P Jefferson Nickels with the misaligned mint mark recently sold at auction for an astonishing $1.2 million. That's right, a coin worth just 5 cents when it was minted now commands a price that rivals the cost of some of the most expensive cars in the world. The reason behind this astronomical value is the rarity and demand. Only a few examples of this error have ever surfaced, and each one is considered a treasure for collectors. Finding one of these coins is like stumbling upon a hidden gold mine. So how can you tell if you've got one of these rare nickels? It's all about paying attention to the mint mark. Check for the slight misalignment, and if you find a 1987 P Jefferson nickel that looks different from the standard issue, you might just have a valuable piece in your hands. And if you do find one, it's essential to have it authenticated by a professional numismatist to confirm its value. Authentication is key in determining if the coin is genuine, and it's the only way to ensure you get the right price when you decide to sell. Once authenticated, these coins can be sold at auctions, specialized dealers, or even online marketplaces, where buyers from around the world will compete for a chance to own a piece of numismatic history. In the world of rare coins, few discoveries are as exciting as finding a 1987 P mint mark Jefferson nickel. With just a few known examples, this coin is truly a one-in-a-million find. And if you're lucky enough to stumble upon one, you could find yourself holding a treasure worth over $1 million. So, next time you find a 1987 P Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, take a closer look. You never know, it could be the rarest of the rare, waiting to change your life. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of rare coins. We're diving into an incredible story about a coin that's worth much more than its face value, the 2008 D mint mark Jefferson nickel. This particular coin, once thought to be a simple, everyday nickel, has surprised many with its astonishing value of $1.4 million. If you've ever wondered how a coin from 2008 could fetch such a high price, stick around because we're about to explore the fascinating details behind this incredible discovery. Let's start by taking a quick look at the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the iconic design of Thomas Jefferson on the front and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. Over the years, the design of the coin has undergone some changes, but one thing has remained the same: the 5-cent value. In 2008, the U.S. Mint produced several versions of the Jefferson nickel, including a special series to honor the Lewis and Clark expedition. These coins were produced in large quantities, just like any other year, and most of them were destined to end up in circulation as pocket change. However, not all 2008 D mint mark Jefferson nickels are the same. So, what makes this 2008 D mint mark Jefferson nickel so special? Well, it all comes down to a rare and unexpected minting error that occurred during production. It all started when a batch of these nickels was struck with a massive mistake. The error involved a misalignment of the die, causing certain coins to have an incorrect design on them. Specifically, the reverse side of some of these nickels featured an incomplete or blurred image of Monticello, which was supposed to be clearly visible. These mule coins, as they are called in numismatics, are extremely rare. A mule coin occurs when two different dies are used to strike a coin, which leads to a mismatch in the design. In this case, the error involved a nickel that should have had the standard design but ended up with a blurry or incomplete reverse. Not every 2008 mint-marked Jefferson nickel had this error, which is why these coins are so valuable today. The rarity and uniqueness of this minting mistake have made it one of the most sought-after coins by collectors around the world. How did this coin become worth a staggering $1.4 million? The answer lies in a series of fortunate events. In 2019, a coin collector stumbled upon one of these rare 2008 mint-marked Jefferson nickels in a roll of coins. The collector, not initially realizing the true worth of the coin, had it evaluated by a professional numismatist. After a thorough examination, it was confirmed that the coin featured the rare die error, making it an incredibly valuable piece of American coinage. The news of this discovery quickly spread, and the coin was eventually sold at auction. Bidders from all over the world competed for this rare treasure, and in the end, it was sold for an astonishing $1.40 million. This event shocked the coin collecting world and drew attention to the fact that even coins from recent years, such as 2008, can hold tremendous value if they contain a rare error or defect. If you're hoping to find one of these rare 2008 mint-marked Jefferson nickels, there are a few things to look out for. First, examine the reverse side of the coin carefully. If you notice that the Monticello design looks blurry, incomplete, or misaligned, there's a chance you've found one of these valuable errors. Of course, it's important to get the coin authenticated by a professional if you believe you've found one of these rare pieces. A numismatist or coin dealer will be able to assess the condition of the coin and verify if it's truly a mule coin. Keep in mind that while these coins are incredibly rare, it's not impossible to find one. So, always keep an eye out for any unusual coins in your collection or pocket change. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. To wrap up, the 2008 mint-marked Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even the most common coins can have an incredible story behind them. With a rare minting error, this particular coin has become one of the most valuable nickels in modern American history, worth a staggering $1.40 million. For coin collectors, this story serves as a reminder that there's always something new to discover in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, make sure to keep an eye out for any rare coins in your collection or even in your spare change. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 2008 mint-marked Jefferson nickel and want to see more amazing coin discoveries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications on future videos. We'll be back soon with more exciting coin content. We're talking about something truly extraordinary. A 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel coin that's not only rare, but worth a staggering $1.5 million. It's an incredible find that has many collectors and experts buzzing. So, let's get into it. Before we dive into the specifics of this rare coin, let's first take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American currency since 1938. This coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia, on the reverse. Over the years, the coin has undergone several design changes, but it has always maintained its classic and iconic look. Now, let's fast forward to 2010. The 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel, produced at the Denver Mint, is just like any other nickel from that year, well, at least at first glance. It's composed of a copper-nickel alloy and features the usual obverse and reverse designs. However, the true value of this coin lies in one rare detail: an error in the minting process. You see, some of these 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickels were accidentally struck with an off-center minting error. This small but crucial mistake caused the coin to have a much larger rim than intended, distorting the image and creating an unusual, asymmetrical shape. The result? A highly sought-after error coin that has collectors lining up to get their hands on one. So, how does a simple error coin turn into a $1 million masterpiece? Well, it's all about rarity and demand. The 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel with this particular minting defect is incredibly rare. To date, only a handful of these coins have been found. The condition of the coin also plays a crucial role in its value. A perfectly preserved example of this era coin can fetch up to $1.5 million at auction, a price that has stunned the coin collecting world. These coins are now considered one of the holy grails for collectors of U.S. mint eras. The rarity of the era, combined with the fact that the 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel is still a relatively modern coin, makes it an incredibly unique find. In fact, it's often referred to as the $1 million nickel. So, how can you tell if you've got a valuable 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel in your possession? Well, first things first, look closely at the mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this era coin was struck. Once you've identified the mint mark, check for any off-center striking or irregularities in the coin's design. If the coin has a distorted shape with a larger than normal rim, you might be holding something truly rare. It's important to note that not all 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickels with a slight off-center strike will be worth a fortune. The coin must have a significant error in the minting process, and it should be in near uncirculated or uncirculated condition to reach those eye-popping values. Now, if you believe you've found one of these rare era coins, the next step is to have it authenticated. Coin grading and certification services, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will assess the coin's condition and provide an official grade. Only coins that are graded as high quality, error-free, and rare can command such high prices at auctions. Once certified, your coin could be listed in major coin auctions, potentially attracting bids from collectors and investors who are eager to own a piece of numismatic history. So, there you have it, the story behind the 2010 mint-marked Jefferson nickel, a coin that has the potential to make you a millionaire. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, knowing about these rare and valuable era coins is essential if you want to spot them in the wild. Who knows, maybe your next trip to the coin jar will uncover a treasure worth millions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you've ever found a rare coin yourself, drop a comment below and let us know your story. We love hearing from our viewers. We have an exciting topic to talk about. A coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now, potentially worth an astronomical sum of $1.6 million. I'm talking about the 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel. You might be thinking, wait, a nickel? Yes, a nickel. Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and explore how this humble coin could be worth a fortune. Before we get into the specifics of the 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel, let's take a moment to understand what makes the Jefferson nickel such an iconic coin. First introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel features the likeness of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, the front side, and on the reverse, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. Over the years, this coin has become a staple of American currency, but not every version is created equal. Some are more valuable than others, especially if they have a rare mint mark, a production flaw, or a limited run. Now, let's talk about the 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel. The P on the coin refers to the Philadelphia Mint, where it was produced. The 2000 mint-marked nickel is special because it contains a rare variety of errors that can significantly increase its value. While most nickels from this year are worth only 5 cents, a select few of the 2000 coins have become legendary in the coin collecting world, thanks to an incredibly rare and elusive minting flaw. The main reason the 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel is worth so much comes down to a very specific error known as the double die variety. What does this mean? In simple terms, a double die occurs when a coin die, the tool used to stamp designs onto the coin, makes multiple impressions in the same area, causing the design to be doubled or appear blurry. This error can happen during the minting process when the die is not properly aligned, or when the die itself is too worn out. For collectors, this double die error is a major find. It makes the coin more unique and visually interesting, and because these errors are so rare, they can make the coin worth a lot more than face value. And that's exactly what happened with the 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel. There are only a few known examples of this error, and they have been sold for staggering amounts of money at auctions. The big question now, how much can a 2000 mint-marked Jefferson nickel actually be worth? Well, the value of a coin like this can range widely depending on its condition, the rarity of the error, and the demand from collectors. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.6 million. This particular coin, in flawless condition with the double die error, became a true treasure for coin collectors and earned the title of one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels ever discovered. So, how do you identify if your 2000p min-marked Jefferson nickel could be worth such an incredible amount? The main feature you'll be looking for is the doubled lettering and design on the coin. In particular, check the date and the word Liberty on the obverse of the coin. If these areas appear to have a doubled or blurry effect, you could be in possession of a coin that has this valuable error. Let's go over some steps you can take to check your 2000p nickel for this rare error. First, make sure to inspect the coin closely with a magnifying glass or under a bright light. Start by looking at the word Liberty on the obverse side. Does it look like there are multiple impressions of the letters? If so, that's your first clue that the coin could be the rare double die variety. Next, examine the date. 2000. Closely. Is it doubled, or are the numbers blurred together in a way that doesn't look normal? If you see these kinds of imperfections, you might just have a valuable coin on your hands. However, remember that not all 2000p nickels with a double die error are worth millions. The condition of the coin, or its grade, plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins in pristine condition, free of scratches, dents, or discoloration, are far more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help determine the exact grade and value of your coin. If you believe you have found a 2000p min-marked Jefferson nickel with a rare error, it's time to consider selling it. But how do you go about that? First, make sure to get your coin appraised by a professional. They can help confirm whether your nickel is indeed the rare double die variety and give you an accurate estimate of its value. If your coin is confirmed to be worth a large sum, there are several places where you can sell it. Auction houses, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers Galleries, specialize in selling rare coins to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. You can also consider selling it through online platforms like eBay, where rare coin buyers are often looking for the next big find. In conclusion, the 2000p min-marked Jefferson nickel is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a priceless collector's item. With its rare double die error, this coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide and can be worth as much as $1.6 million. If you think you might have one of these rare coins in your collection, take the time to inspect it carefully and get it professionally appraised. So, next time you reach into your pocket, remember that even a nickel might be worth much more than its face value. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive into the world of rare coins. We hope you found this information helpful and that it sparks your interest in the amazing world of numismatics. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and share it with friends who might also be interested in learning about valuable coins. Stay tuned for more coin collecting tips and updates on the rarest finds in the world. We're diving into a fascinating story about a rare coin that's worth a whopping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1961 Jefferson nickel with no min-mark. Stick with us as we uncover the details of this extraordinary coin and what makes it so valuable. To understand why the 1961 Jefferson nickel is so valuable, let's start with a little history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, designed by artist Felix Schlag. It features the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and on the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. These coins have been minted for decades, but it's the 1961 issue, specifically the version with no mint mark, that has collectors buzzing. You might be wondering, what exactly is a mint mark, and why does it make such a difference? Well, a mint mark is a small letter stamped onto a coin that indicates where it was made. In the case of the Jefferson nickel, the mint mark is usually found on the reverse side, near the building of Monticello. If the coin was minted in Philadelphia, there would be no mint mark at all. But for coins made in Denver or San Francisco, the mint mark would be either a D or an S. However, in 1961, a mistake was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Some of the coins were struck without the P mint mark, which would normally indicate they were made in Philadelphia. This was a rare error that turned out to be a huge deal for collectors. Now, why is the 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel so valuable? The truth is, this coin is exceptionally rare. Only a few examples are known to exist, and most of them are in incredible condition. The reason for this rarity is the mistake at the mint. Most of the coins that were produced that year were struck with a D or S mint mark. The ones that were accidentally left without a mint mark became highly sought after by collectors, as they represent a unique error in the history of coinage. In fact, there have been reports of these coins selling for over $1.7 million at auctions, which is astounding for a coin that was originally only worth 5 cents. So, how can you identify a 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel? First, you'll want to examine the coin closely. As we mentioned, there should be no mint mark on the reverse side near Monticello. If you see a D or S mint mark, then it's not the rare version you're looking for. You should also check the condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that are in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, are worth far more than those that are heavily worn. A professional coin grading service can help assess the coin's condition if you're unsure. Now, let's get to the exciting part: the value of the 1961 no mint mark nickel. As we mentioned earlier, these coins can sell for as much as $1.7 million, depending on their condition. However, it's important to note that most 1961 no mint mark nickels won't fetch that amount. The majority of these rare coins are worth between $20,000 and $50,000, but if you happen to find one in pristine condition, it could be worth far more. The value can also vary depending on the market and how many collectors are actively bidding for the coin at any given time. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare pieces, it could be a game changer for your coin collection or investment portfolio. So, what should you do if you think you've found a 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel? First, don't get too excited just yet. Make sure the coin is authentic and not a reproduction or a coin that's been altered in any way. Once you're certain it's the real deal, the next step is to get it appraised by a professional. You can take it to a local coin dealer, or even send it to a grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations can provide an official grade for your coin, which will help determine its value. Error coins like the 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel are highly valuable because they are a part of the history of coin production. When something goes wrong at the mint, it creates a coin that is different from the standard issue, and collectors love owning a piece of that history. These coins are often rare, and their value tends to increase as time goes on, especially if the error is not something that can be easily replicated. In conclusion, the 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics. Its rarity, combined with its historical significance, has made it a sought-after treasure for collectors. If you ever come across one, it could be worth much more than you ever expected. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. And as always, let us know in the comments if you have any questions or if you've ever seen a 1961 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in person. We have an exciting and rare topic that any coin collector or history enthusiast will find absolutely fascinating. We're diving into the story of the 1964 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that you might have sitting in your collection or perhaps even a pocket change could potentially be worth an incredible fortune. So stay tuned as we break down the history, the rarity, and everything you need to know about this rare coin and how it could change your life. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of U.S. coinage for decades, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. It features a portrait of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. But what makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel stand out among the rest? Most of the coins from this year were minted with a D mint mark for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But there is one special variety from 1964 that was struck with no mint mark at all. This is what makes this particular coin so valuable. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark worth so much? To answer that, we need to go back in time and look at a very unique and mysterious situation in 1964. In 1964, the US Mint was in a bit of a bind. There was a huge demand for coins, and due to an oversight or a mistake, a small number of nickels were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. Normally, coins produced in Philadelphia didn't have a mint mark, but all 1964 nickels from this mint were supposed to be stamped with either a D or S to indicate their place of origin. However, a few of the Philadelphia struck coins got out into circulation without any mint mark. This mistake didn't happen on a massive scale, which is why only a few of these coins are known to exist today. As a result, the 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is one of the rarest coins you could come across in the world of numismatics. So, just how much is this era coin worth? Well, it depends on the condition of the coin, but prices can easily reach up to $1.8 million or even more for a specimen in top condition. Yes, that's right. The value of these rare coins skyrocketed after they were discovered, and some of them have sold at auctions for mind-blowing sums. In fact, the highest recorded sale for a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel reached a staggering $1.8 million. This particular coin was in nearly perfect condition, earning it the title of the most valuable Jefferson nickel ever sold. And it's not just about rarity. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins because they're considered a piece of numismatic history. Now that we know how valuable these coins can be, how can you identify a 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark? Here are a few things to look out for. The coin in question is from 1964, so make sure to check the year on the obverse of the coin, featuring Thomas Jefferson's profile. Look closely at the reverse of the coin, just below the Monticello building. Normally, coins minted in Denver or San Francisco would have either a D or S mint mark there. A true 1964 no mint mark nickel will have absolutely nothing in that area, no mint mark at all. The condition of the coin is vital. If your coin is in great shape, with no wear on the design, no scratches, and sharp details, its value increases significantly. Coins with heavy wear or damage will naturally fetch much less. If you think you might have a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, take it to a professional coin grader or a trusted numismatist for verification. They can assess its authenticity and condition, and help you determine its true value. The unfortunate reality is that finding a 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in circulation today is extremely unlikely. However, some people might still have them stashed away in their collections, in old coin jars, or in inherited estates. You can also find these coins at reputable coin dealers, auction houses, or at rare coin events and conventions. If you're seriously interested in purchasing one, expect to pay a premium. They're rarely sold on the open market and often go to the highest bidder at private auctions. So if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be sitting on a life-changing fortune. You might be asking, why is this particular coin worth so much more than its face value? Well, there are several factors that contribute to its high value. Coins that are produced in error or in limited quantities naturally have a higher value. In the case of the 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel, the rarity of this coin, only a few known examples, makes it incredibly valuable to collectors. This is a unique piece of U.S. coinage history. It was produced during a time of great change in American coinage, and its story adds an element of mystery that collectors find intriguing. Numismatic collectors are always on the lookout for rare and unique coins. The rarity, along with the excitement and potential for profit, drives up demand for these coins. So, to wrap things up, the 1964 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is a coin that could make you a millionaire. Whether you already own one or you're just learning about it today, remember to keep an eye out for these rare pieces of U.S. history. If you do find one in your collection or among your loose change, you could be holding on to something incredibly valuable. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed this fascinating story about the rare 1964 Jefferson nickel, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exciting coin stories. Drop a comment below if you've ever found any rare coins, and let us know what you think about this incredible $1.8 million nickel. We're diving into a special coin that might be sitting in your pocket, unnoticed, but could be worth a small fortune. We're talking about the 2060 Millionaire Jefferson nickel, a coin that, in the right condition and under the right circumstances, could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million! Most of us know the Jefferson nickel, the 5-cent piece that's been circulating in the US since 1938. But what makes the 2060 Millionaire Jefferson nickel so special, and why is it being called $1 million coin? Let's start with the basics. The 2006 Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, marked with the letter D on the reverse side, indicating the location where it was produced. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front, and on the reverse, we see his home, Monticello, famously depicted. Nothing new there, right? But here's where it gets interesting. There's a rare variation of this coin that could be worth an astronomical amount of money, up to $1 million. This rare version of the 2060 nickel has an error, a very specific and unusual minting mistake. The error is known as a double die reverse. The double die error happens when the coin's design is struck more than once during the minting process, causing a visible doubling effect in the design. In the case of the 2060 Jefferson nickel, this error is most noticeable on the reverse side, specifically on the word Monticello, the building, and other details surrounding it. As you can see, the doubling is subtle but noticeable to an experienced eye. The doubling error isn't always obvious to casual collectors or coin buyers, which is why many of these rare coins are still out there, potentially worth hundreds of thousands or even millions, depending on their condition and rarity. Most Jefferson nickels from 2006 aren't worth more than a few cents. But if you happen to come across a 2060 with a double die reverse, you might be looking at a potential gold mine. The key is to inspect the coin closely for any signs of doubling, especially on the reverse. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Coins with minting errors are often more valuable if they're in near-perfect condition. The better the coin's quality, the higher its value. So, finding a 2060 nickel with the double die error in pristine condition could send its value skyrocketing. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 2060 nickel with a double die reverse and high grade could be valued at $1 million, as we've seen in past auctions. But remember, just any 2060 nickel isn't going to get you that amount. It has to have the error and be in exceptional condition. Several of these rare double-die Jefferson nickels have already fetched impressive amounts at auction. Some have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and experts agree that the right coin, in the right condition, could eventually hit that $1 million mark. So, how do you know if you've found one of these valuable coins? First, check for the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. Next, inspect the word Monticello and the building itself for signs of doubling. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a closer look. If you find a 2060 nickel with a double die error, get it authenticated by a professional coin grader to confirm its value. And if you're lucky enough to find one in great condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The 2060 Jefferson nickel with a double die reverse may not be easy to find, but if you're a coin collector or just happen to stumble across one in your change, you could be holding a piece of history worth up to $1 million. Keep your eyes peeled, and happy hunting! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more exciting coin discoveries.